in favorable conditions is a part of our living, whereas smiling in unfavorable conditions is the art of living. Hello everyone. In the challenging times as of now, the one thing that we all can definitely do is to learn this great art of living so that it can become a part of our living. Dear students, in the previous video, we navigated all the way inside the cell and came across different organelles. 3 more organelles are yet to be discovered and explored. First, among which is mitochondria, also called the powerhouse of the cell. So the first basic question is, why is it called so? We know that everything requires energy to function. So goes with the cell. It is the mitochondria which provides energy to the cell. How? A mitochondria breaks down the glucose, which is a carbohydrate. During its breakdown, energy is released. Now, this energy which is released cannot be used by the cell directly. So, again the mitochondria is ready to help the cell. Now, mitochondria converts it, that is, this energy, into a form which the cell can easily use. In a nutshell, we can say that mitochondria provides energy to the cell by the following steps. Number 1, it breaks down the glucose. Number 2, it converts the energy released into a form that the cell can easily use. Now, next organelle is plastid. It is to be noted that plastids are only found inside the plant cell. These plastids have a double membrane and the shape may be round or filamentous. Filamentous means thread-like or like ribbon. As we have already learned that plastids are of 3 types, namely chloroplasts, chromoplasts and leucoplasts. Now we will study each type in detail. The first type is chloroplast. Chloroplasts have a green pigment called chlorophyll. You might be knowing about chlorophyll. It is because of this chlorophyll that leaves are green in color. I hope you are well aware with the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, as we know, is a process through which plants prepare their food. During photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide reacts with water vapor in the presence of sunlight to form glucose, which is the food for the plant. Now, the relevant question here which arises is, how is sunlight used in photosynthesis? So here comes the role of chloroplasts. These chloroplasts trap the sunlight and provide it for photosynthesis. So we can summarize it as chloroplasts help in photosynthesis, and because of which plants survive, and because of plants the entire food chain survives. So indirectly the chloroplasts help maintain the entire food chain. Next type of plastid is chromoplast. Chrome means color. As is the name, so is the function. These chromoplasts produce and store all the colored pigments other than green. Thus, it is clear that the red, the orange and the green color of flowers and the ripe fruits that we see around us is because of these chromoplasts. Next, we move on to the third plastid, that is leucoplasts. These plastids are colorless and are found in roots, seeds and underground stem, such as potato and ginger. They store food substances. One important point to be noted is that leucoplasts get converted into chloroplasts when they are exposed to sunlight. You might have seen some green patches on potatoes. Do you know the reason behind the green color? So, we can now answer this question. What happens that during the growth of the potatoes, some of their portion gets exposed to sunlight. Due to this exposure, the leucoplasts in the potatoes are converted into chloroplasts. And we have learnt just now that chloroplasts provide green color. Therefore, those exposed portion of potatoes turns green. Next organelle to be studied is vacuole. Vacuoles are like sacs or cavities. Cavities means empty space. These vacuoles are filled with a fluid inside them called cell sap, just as cytoplasm is filled inside the cell. Cell sap consists of water, salts, sugar, other food materials, some waste materials, etc. In plant cells, these vacuoles may be one or more than one. Initially, these vacuoles are very small in size, just like a small bubble. Once the cell is mature, they take up most of the space inside the cell, thus pushing the cytoplasm, nucleus and other organelles to the periphery. Periphery means towards the corner. Let us now see some of the functions of vacuoles. First, they maintain the shape of the cell as they occupy the maximum space. Second, they maintain the balance of water in the cell. Third, they store chemicals, food, water and salts. It is to be remembered that some animal cells also have these vacuoles. For example, amoeba. Amoebas form food vacuoles in order to store their food. So, up till now, we have sailed through inside the cell and explored a total of 7 organelles. Let's recall them. They are cytoplasm, cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, mitochondria, plastids and vacuoles. Therefore, we can now differentiate between plant cell and animal cell. First, plant cell is enclosed by a rigid cell wall. Rigid means ठोस. Whereas in animal cells there is no cell wall. Second, plant cells contain plastids, while animal cells do not have it. Third, a mature plant cell has one or a few large vacuoles, whereas vacuoles are not present in all the animal cells. In the few animal cells in which they are present, their size is small. With this, we come to the end of our exploring journey inside the cell. I hope it was a good one. Also, I hope you all might be preparing your notes well from the video. Thank you for being here. Goodbye and keep learning.